to have a structured day. That when I wake up from the bed, I know what I have to do for the next 24 hours.
myth busted. पढ़ो कभी भी पढ़ना जरूरी है वो रात को पढ़ो दिन में पढ़ो कैसे भी पढ़ो.
They are very much sensitive about anyone and everyone.
Should we say that you were feeling alien out there? कैसे भी पढ़ो.
What is important is we are doing it every day, not at the same time necessarily. Just having caffeine inside your body and working on with so many subtle points that even if you miss one, you are done. So this is all very, very overwhelming, very, very fantasizing also at the same time.
Hello friends, today we have got Nishant Singh in our podcast. He has cracked CLAT 2023 with all India rank 9th, and in the same year he got all India rank 8th in ALET. He got admission into NLSIU Bangalore. Next year, after spending 1 year in CLAT 2024, he again got all India rank 19th and 13th in ALET, and he got admission into NLSIU Hyderabad, and he switched to NLSIU Hyderabad. So today in this podcast, we'll understand what is the reasoning behind it, and there have been a lot of masalas and the talks that we'll be doing during this podcast. But let me first welcome Nishant Singh to this podcast. How are you, Nishant?
I'm very fine, sir. How are you?
All going good. Good to see you back in Varanasi with the same energy, with the same zeal.
Yes, sir.
So are you excited for this podcast?
Very much.
Okay, so let me start straight away. चालू करते हैं बचपन, because बचपन हम लोग का सबका अलग अलग प्रकार का होता है. So tell me your how you have started your journey from where you were born, your educational qualifications and everything. Take us through all the things that has happened prior to CLAT.
So, sir, I was born in Chandauli, a district near Varanasi. Not in a very well-to-do family, from a middle class background. My father is a farmer and my mother is a homemaker. So, my initial studies were there in the village only. And from there, I decided to join Central Hindu Boys School in Varanasi. And then I appeared for the CHS entrance. And I got a very good rank. I don't exactly remember it, but that was a good one. And then I got into CHS, and then that's when I started exploring various career options. And that's when I found that there's something known as CLAT. So initial perception that I had about CLAT was that someone told me कि CLAT देके judge बन जाओगे. And I thought that it's very simple that 12th के बाद से CLAT देना and you'll become a judge. I didn't know that this 5-year thing you have to become an advocate first and all those things. And that's when I started researching more about CLAT, and that's when
Before we come to CLAT, I want to just dwell a little bit more as far as your family is concerned, because you said your father is a farmer, right? And you come from a family, and I'm assuming that there have been a lot of challenges. बहुत सारे issues हुआ करते होंगे. Getting rank is one thing. Now settling in Varanasi, फिर CHS हो गया. How about your early childhood? Because you came in CHS in class 10? 9th class. So prior to 9th, you were there in Chandauli in which school?
So there was a private school, and then then I shifted to a school in Bihar.
Okay.
But someone from my family was there in the school working, so I shifted in that school. That was AYP public school in Bihar, and that's where I studied till class 8. It was not a very, I would say, a very hi-fi school for that matter. It was a simple private school till class 10th only. Not very well-to-do English.
That means you are not exposed to this English, and आजकल बोला जाता है English is the primary thing for cracking any entrance examination. But early lifehood में, मतलब your father take us through a little bit of struggle as far as your father is concerned, because your father was a farmer, right? And coming from that family, again, काफी challenges होते होंगे. So any particular challenge that you would like to share with us?
So there were various challenges including logistics. Say, if I have to travel somewhere for my studies, for some competition for that matter also, then there would have been various problems, because my father was the only person that we had in the family. So now if I have to go to somewhere, my father can't just leave his things and come with me. So इस तरह की बहुत दिक्कतें आई sir. Lastly, and also since my father is a graduate, so he was very much focused on, he wanted me to study a lot. He wanted me to study about various things.
That's exactly the point. क्योंकि निशांत जब father नहीं पढ़े हुए उतने रहते हैं, तो value of education is something that everyone won't value. वे तुम भी आ जाओ इसी लाइन में, तुम भी यही कर लो, general perception. But you said that your father was graduated, and that's the reason why he was pushing you towards studies. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
in one way or the other.
Very much.
So how he has helped you or your mother helped you in terms of getting into CHS and knowing that अच्छा BHU से भी affiliated एक school है जो CHS है, पता कैसे चला?
Sir, the school in which I studied, there were a few teachers who came from Varanasi to teach there.
Oh,
And one of them, he just one day we were randomly discussing something and he told me, why don't you try CHS? Before that, I never knew about CHS because class 6 में भी admission होता है, but मेरे को पता ही नहीं था कि CHS ऐसी कोई चीज़ है.
ऐसा कुछ है, yes.
But then he randomly told me, why don't you try CHS for class 9? Then I came back to home, I told my father and my father was like, yes, you should. अगर उन्होंने बोला है कि it's a good place, it's affiliated to BHU is enough for any person to make.
So just imagine your father's one yes changed everything for you, because I feel that if that would not have happened in your life, things would not have materialized the way it has materialized for you,
Not
right?
at all, sir. Not at all would have materialized. It was simply because of that, yes, you try, you fill the, he himself came with me to the cyber cafe to fill the form for CHS. He came with me for the counseling and he made sure that I took admission there and he made every other thing possible, my accommodation and everything.
Brilliant.
That's where things actually changed. Otherwise, it was very, very, very.
So I want to sum it up by saying that it is very important that parents' guidance, their torch, their push for you doing well is so very relevant, right? And that is the reason why you landed it into CHS. ठीक है, तो class 9 में आप CHS में आ गए. Now when you came to CHS, definitely you were having certain background, right? Of Chandauli, Bihar to सीधे यहाँ पर आप आके. So did you find any difference out here or it was cool, like, because यहाँ पर बोला जाता है कि भाई लोग पढ़ते नहीं हैं, जनरल परसेप्शन ये है कि आने के बाद पढ़ाई नहीं होती है. Is this true?
CHS, I think is a kind of school जहाँ पे you won't have that rote way of studying जैसे बाकी schools में पढ़ाते हैं कि teachers are coming every day, they are teaching you. Teachers are actually very much supportive. If you have any doubts, you can obviously reach out to them. But yes, the biggest point that I have seen and that I have actually experienced and learned from CHS is that self-study is everything. If you yourself are not working out, nothing will work out.
But ये mindset जो होता है self study का, निशान, how many students were studying in your batch along with you? You were from humanities background, right? So how many students were studying into humanities?
60.
So out of 60, how many of them were having a mindset like you?
Almost 30, I would say 30, 40.
30 for the 50%. That's huge numbers. And all of them, they were very clear what they have to do in class 11th and 12th.
The thing about CHS is that people there are experienced in self-studying. They know that अगर उनको कुछ करना है तो खुद से करना है. So they have been always clear about what they need to do, how they need to do, and when they need to do. So they will do it themselves.
Correct. So you picked up humanities. Why not science? Because general perception is, as I know it, right? Especially in a town like Chandauli and the mindset that everyone is having, बेटा इंजीनियर बन जाए और इंजीनियर बन के हम लोगों को सुख देगा. So the moment you broke this news, right? Law, मेरे को law करना है या law as a career करना है. What was the difference in opinion or any challenge that you faced at that point of time?
In fact, my father also wanted me to become a doctor.
Oh, wonderful.
Wanted me to take a bio and study for NEET and all those things. Because the initial ambition that I had was, see, this is very prevalent in UP Bihar that you have to become an IAS, an IAS, an IAS. So hearing all this from the very childhood, I was always fascinated that yes, I have to become an IAS. So I told my father that I want to become an IAS and therefore I'll take arts. He told me, no, UPSC is not for everyone. You do something as backup.
Correct.
And I said, what can I do as backup? I can't take up maths, I can't take up bio, I can't do all those things. I can't study physics at all. So he said, no, but you have to have some backup. And that's when I started researching about that, what can I do to have as a backup in order to become an IAS.
So देखा जाए तो CLAT was your backup.
Yes.
Wow. And your primary option was to become an IAS officer. So suddenly, how this CLAT started? Because I remember you started your preparation right in class 11th, right? And you came to me. But prior to you coming to me, what happened in this time period where IAS was also going on, humanities, IAS, and suddenly doctors say, ये law की line, it's like a opposite poles. How this happened?
So I just got to know from someone that that's when I got to know that CLAT देके judge बन जाएंगे.
Yes.
So I went to my father and I told him that I'll take a pass and then I'll do CLAT and I'll become a judge.
Right.
He was also not very aware about what CLAT is. So he was like, okay, I don't know about anything like that, but still if you think that's good, then we talk with each other.
Again, a reinsurance given by your father again.
Yes.
So that's a constant factor into your entire domain. That he was like, you do whatever you want to do. If you feel that you can do it, just push yourself. Brilliant. Take us through that. Then you started with this thing.
I convinced him. He said, okay, it's all right. You want to do it, you do it. If you think you can actually succeed in it, and if you really want to do it, he was very clear from the day one that if you have passion for something, go for it. So
Very nice.
I told him about humanities, and he said, okay. That's when I started researching more about CLAT, and then almost 1 year of research. And then one day I randomly just thought of joining some institute, that I need to join some institute, because there was nothing much that I knew about. We also didn't have that much.
And we are talking about the year 2021. Right.
That was right after COVID.
Right after COVID.
मोबाइल फोन्स थे नहीं मेरे पास, so I was just thinking कि कैसे करें, and कुछ पता भी नहीं था CLAT के बारे में. Randomly one day I just took someone's phone and started googling, and then I searched the best coachings for CLAT in Varanasi. There came up Career Launcher.
These are the keywords that we should be adding.
Yeah.
As far as the Google ads are concerned, best coaching in Varanasi. Okay, then
Career Launcher Varanasi already came on top, so you don't need to. So I just called, and then I booked an appointment with you. I went there, and I felt that yes, this is a place that I can actually choose for my preparation, because it was very clear for me from day one that I have only this one attempt. If I have to crack it, I will crack it. Otherwise, no.
Tell me, you were not the only one. Your entire gangs, I used to call it a gang. ये पूरा गैंग आया था आपका CHS का गैंग, और सारा CHS का गैंग they cracked one or the other national university, the top 5, right? So take us through, how did you all connected with each other? And 5 के बाद I still remember 5 of you came together. Sir, हम लोग को लॉ ही करना है. So how this connection like happened? School connection, or this a common CLAT connection that has happened?
Since it was COVID, schools were closed.
Yeah.
पता भी नहीं था कि कौन है, क्योंकि उसके पहले सब अलग अलग सेक्शन में थे. We just met up in class 11 because we had arts.
Yes.
We all had arts as common.
Correct.
तो उतना स्कूल में कनेक्ट नहीं था. But when we came to CL, then only we met. That you are from my school. Oh, you are from my school. Okay, then let's go as a gang and we'll get some discount.
So the real thing was to get the discount, right?
Yes.
कि चलो 5 करते कि कुछ ना कुछ प्रबल चीजें होंगी. Okay. So now let's come back to CLAT, right? I have already shared with the amazing rank that you've got, right? Instead of going into detailing, right? Because a lot of things has changed, right? At that point of time, there were 150 questions. Now it has changed to 120 questions. It keeps on changing. It keeps on evolving. So what's your take on it, right? How did you prepare for CLAT?
There are few fundamental things that no matter how much CLAT or any exam for that matter will change, will always remain the same. Most of them have been taught by you. But these are very fundamental, I believe, and it will work everywhere in life, not only for competitive exams, but even when you go to a law school or any college for that matter. Is the first thing is to stay disciplined, to have a structured day. That when I wake up from the bed, I know what I have to do for the next 24 hours.
Correct.
When I have to study, when I have to sleep, when I have to eat, when I have to play. Not as a robot, but as a simple, rough idea that how much time should go into what. The next thing is I have to be consistent. If I am doing something, I have to do it every day. And I have to work on all the aspects of the subject or of the exam that I'm studying for. Even my strong points and even my weak points. Because I believe that my strong points are strong only because I have practiced them consistently for a period of time.
The thing is, practice is the key. Because if you're doing it consistently, then someone will be able to get the result. And we just did a session in the classroom session also with the CLAT aspirant for 2026 and 27. And similar questions were coming, right? Most of the students, sir, कैसे prep तैयारी की? भैया आपने कैसे तैयारी की? Time management कैसे किया? So any schedule that you used to follow?
What I used to do is at that time I used to wake up at 9-10 बहुत आराम से.
Oh, right.
But I used to study till late night. So what needs to be done is what I believe.
Another myth busted. पढ़ो कभी भी, पढ़ना जरूरी है. वो रात को पढ़ो, दिन में पढ़ो, कैसे भी पढ़ो.
What is important is we are doing it every day, not at the same time necessarily. Because we are not robots, we are humans, and we have our own system of working out. We have our own mental state. So what I believe कि it's not important कि रोज मैं अगर 7 बजे उठता हूँ तो 7 बजे ही उठूँ. One day I can wake up at 8 or one day I can wake up at 6 also. But what is important कि I have a rough idea कि यार मेरे को 1 घंटा अगर ये सब्जेक्ट पढ़ना है तो मैंने 1 घंटा वो सब्जेक्ट को दिया. नॉट कि रोज 6 से 7 या 7 से 8 ही दे रहा हूँ, बट येस 1 घंटा इज इंपॉर्टेंट. So what is important is not the time at which you do, but for the what length of time you do it.
Right. So practice again. The key word that is coming is practice. You cracked CLAT, right? 2023. Let's come back to the question which the entire nation wants to ask you now. So you cracked it. You got NLSIU Bangalore. You are knowing that you'll be getting NLSIU Bangalore. So the first thing is, in NLU Delhi, there's a very, very big decision that one needs to take. कि मैंने दिल्ली भी निकाल लिया, मैंने Bangalore भी निकाल लिया. अब I need to pick up one. So you picked up NLSIU Bangalore. Reasoning behind it.
I also
And real reasoning behind it, right?
I also talked to you about it.
Correct.
And I asked you, ki, what should I do? This is the situation. And LUD is undoubtedly a very good college. But the first thing that came into my mind was the tag of being the best national law school of India.
Correct.
So it was ki one pe to NLSIU hi hai. And also I was more inclined, I was more thinking about corporate at that time. So I thought ki NLS will actually help me. You also told me that Bangalore is a very good place if
Right.
you are inclined towards corporate. So talking to mentors and you especially, I then decided ki I will go for the tag that is the best law school.
So you converted and your entire family would have been very happy, right? So they were on the top of the world. You paid the fees.
Yeah.
You studied there for 1 year. And you reappeared for CLAT 2024. Now, this is a breaking news, right, for the entire nation. You appeared for it. You got, since you were not into that touch, you got again a good rank, 19th rank, which is a great rank. And again, you cracked NLU Delhi and also all the national university, including Bangalore, Hyderabad and all. And then I got to know that you changed from Bangalore to Hyderabad. Now, the entire world would like to know from you, what happened? One of the best national university, you studied there. What happened that actually you changed your mind and you went to the second best instead of the first? As per me, right now, as per you, what is the real story?
So the thing is, I went to NLS. I was there for quite a long time. I just was observing things. Since I believe that it was my first time in a law school.
2 semesters?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was my first time in a law school, that too in one of the grandest law schools of the country. So it was quite overwhelming. And also, so I think that it was due to that reason that I could not just make up with it. It was kind of overwhelming for me from being that kind of background. When you go on that kind of college,
What happened? What happened? The
Cultural
shoes. Okay, so cultural shock. Can you just elaborate?
I would say the culture of that place, especially in law schools, is very different from what we see in Chandauli or even Varanasi for that matter. Even if someone from Varanasi goes into NLSIU Hyderabad or NLSIU Bangalore, he will shock. Oh, what is this happening?
What is this happening?
All the kinds of things are happening. Everything is happening. That's the point. See, nothing is left. People are studying, people are enjoying, people are doing all the kinds of things. And it was very, very overwhelming for me that how can they do this? Okay, I went to my first class. I could not understand a thing, what they are teaching, what they're calling sociology and what they're talking about Plato and all those things. I was thinking, this is my first class, what the hell are they talking about?
Correct.
And I see people starting making notes. This was on first day and I was shocked completely that, oh my God, how are they even understanding what is she saying?
So that's okay. So you got the cultural shock first semester, but you were there in the second semester. It's like a cultural shock sinking in. You'll be getting used to it. So after spending 2 semesters, what actually happened?
I started feeling bored. I would say from NLSIU, I started feeling, no, this is very mundane. Like everything, every day, same thing is happening.
So all the professors of NLSIU Bangalore and all the people of NLSIU Bangalore will be listening to this. This will be very interesting for them as well. Yeah, please proceed.
So I just felt that my why is not sitting with the college. So I thought this ain't working out.
Okay.
I already gave CLAT before my second semester. Although I believe that I could have just stayed there and I could have been used to it. It was not that hard to settle there. But yes, I felt that मेरी जो vibe है और यहाँ की जो vibe है वो बड़ी unmatched है.
So you appeared, you got the rank. Why NLSAR?
So NLSIU is one of the colleges that you won't find much about on internet.
Yes.
I started searching on YouTube that what is NALSAR. NALSAR, no videos, not at all. No one talking about what is NALSAR, why is NALSAR, what is happening at NALSAR. It was just that on the thing it shows that, oh, this is the second best or third best hospital in the country. And then I thought, okay, let's try our luck. And I just thought, okay, so after NLS, anyways, I have to go to it. And LUD, I did not go because I stopped liking Delhi as a city.
Right.
I just don't feel like being in Delhi. So I decided that now the only option that I'm left with is this college, that is NLSIU Hyderabad. So let me try my luck here also. So I just joined in.
You went there as luck factor, but any specific detailing about, now again you have spent some 2 semesters in NLSAR as well. If I need to compare both of them put together, any incidents that you recall where you felt that, okay, this was not right, what has happened with me in NLSIU Bangalore, and this is going right in NLSAR Hyderabad? Because again, have you visited the college prior to joining NLSAR Hyderabad? No. So is it in Hyderabad?
It's a bit far from the city. It's some 28 kilometers from the city.
Just 28 kilometers, right? In Varanasi, you'll be able to reach from Babatpur to Lanka. The entire city will be able to cover it in just about 27 kilometers. But can you just share one story where you got the cultural shock there, which was not right for you? And in Hyderabad, there is one story that you would like to share, and your journey so far. Both of them, if I need to just have a comparative analysis for the viewers.
So what happens in NLSIU Bangalore is that the people, I'm not talking about everyone, but yes, a few people that I was around with will think of themselves as they're some kind of elite to be studying in the best law school. They might exclude you. They might, they do all kind of things. Toxicity, I would say, was a bit.
Should we say that you were feeling alien out there in terms of the way they were treating you in one way or the other?
Yes, not only treating me, but the way they behaved, I felt that this is something very, very different from what I have seen.
So they were behaving differently with you?
Not only with me, but even among themselves, they were behaving.
Any incidents?
The kind of things that were happening there, like what we have seen as growing up in Chandauli and Varanasi, is that people still have some sort of, I would say, decency, modesty,
culture
of that kind, that either we can say कि जबरदस्ती उन पे थोप रहे हैं modesty या कुछ भी, but there is modesty. वहाँ पे there is no limit. See, this is what I felt. I also feel very nice about it now, that there was freedom. This is what we call freedom.
Correct.
कि कुछ भी करने के रोक टोक नहीं है. You might do anything you want to do.
कुछ भी.
Can
you just elaborate? What is this?
कुछ भी can include anything from positive to negative.
One positive, one negative.
Okay, so the positive is that you have freedom to showcase your talents, to even, let's say, something like being about gender sensitive.
Yeah.
Someone in Varanasi, someone in Chandauli would not be that sensitive to what someone who is not from this irony thing, either male or female. But in law schools, people are. They are very much sensitive about anyone and everyone. Yes, it also depends on the kind of people that you find, is what I would like to say, that the kind of people that I found in NLS were not so great, but someone else might find very, very good friends.
So what happened in now Hyderabad? Because again, that's a cultural shock. Because Bangalore was a cultural shock for you. The people were not treating you the way you thought they would. The same we would be saying for Hyderabad as well, because in Hyderabad, what your like first and the second semester, how it turned out to be?
Okay, so in Hyderabad, what happened is, I would like to thank NLS for the same, that from there I learned, I experienced.
Yes.
So I understood, okay, what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, whom I need to talk to, whom I do not need to talk to, whom I do not need to pay any heed to, what exactly needs to be done. I experienced from there. I went to NLSAR and it's very smoothly going.
What is the batch size of NLSAR Hyderabad?
156.
And what was in NLSIU Bangalore?
240.
240. So that is also like one of the things that
a lot of very problematic.
A lot of things were problematic, right? But a lot of people, they aspire to get into, but it is good for them to know that there is a cultural shock that they might get. So they should be mentally be prepared, right? Because first year is the most important year. Nishant, let's talk into this your Nalsar journey so far? क्या चल रहा है अभी? Last two semesters, what's going on?
Nalsar is doing very good, to be honest. The professors are wonderful. Professors are not only qualified, but they are also very easy to connect with. You may find any professor walking around in the campus and you may just scold them, stop, tell me this. And they will not at all get irritated or frustrated. They will very nicely sit with you, tell you, even they will take you for a walk. Come walk with me, and in between I'll tell you what happens in this. So in the first thing that I liked about Nalsar is the professors. They're wonderful. They are very easy to approach. They are very lenient. They are very good. The second thing is the kind of seniors that we got. Even in NLS, seniors were very good. Here also, seniors are wonderful. They will help you with all kinds of moods, projects, notes, exams, everything. They'll tell you what kind of professor marks in what way, your projects, your presentations. Everything is taken care of. Also, liberty, very much freedom here also. People are free. They free not only negatively but also positively. They are free to pursue whatever they want to do.
Right.
They're free to showcase their talent. They're free to embrace their identity in whatever way they want to. Dress up like however you want to dress, you can dress. You want to show up in a class in boxers, you can. It's not a problem. So yeah, this is the level of freedom that one has in a law school, and I think it's very good. And I have been doing. I think I have been doing very well for the past 2 semesters.
Okay, tell me, there are a lot of myths around a lot of things, right? पहला myth ये है कि लॉ वही करते हैं जो मूट कोर्ट में अच्छा करते हैं क्लास 11th and 12th में. And this is a myth or this is a reality for you?
This is a very big myth. 11th, 12th में जो moods होते हैं, they are not even real moods.
Right.
The real moods you will only get to know once you enter a law school.
So what is a real mood for you?
A real mood would look like a 6-7 page of proposition with
My God.
so many subtle points that even if you miss one, you are done. It will look like something you wake up till 4 a.m., 5 a.m., just having caffeine inside your body and working on, making your memos, deleting your memos, again restructuring the memo, also the way you decorate your memo. So this is all very, very overwhelming, very, very fantasizing also at the same time.
Right.
So what I think is this thinking of people that someone has to be very good at speaking, very good at debating, very good at...
That was my second question. भाई another myth was this only कि भाई communication बहुत strong होनी चाहिए, बड़ी तगड़ी होनी चाहिए. अगर मेरी communication is not good, so I will not be able to pursue law as a program. True, false? मतलब we are already talking about it. Please take us through that as well.
If someone is not good at talking, someone is not good at communication, someone is not good in debating, someone is not good in mooting, which no one is actually.
Yes.
Until you enter into law school, no one is good at mooting.
That too, when we talk about UP, for that matter, and that too, you come from a Chandoli, right? And we know that there have been a lot of challenges.
So this is what law schools are meant for. They will teach you how to communicate. They will teach you how to debate. They will teach you how to moot. No one knows mooting before entering a law school, and anyone, if they think that they know mooting before entering a law school.
Was it challenging for you?
It is very much challenging. It's still challenging for me.
Right. What they teach you in mooting?
In mooting, they'll tell you how to make moots, how to make moot memorials, how to read a proposition is the first thing that you learn. You have to read a proposition at least 10 times.
Oh.
First, you have to give it a simple reading, then you have to give an inline reading, then you have to find out the issues, then you have to find out the principles, then you have to find out the case laws that would apply. All these things, first you have to read the proposition a lot. So they will tell you how to read a proposition. Then they will tell you how to make a moot memorial. They will tell you how to structure it.
Wow.
How to design it on Word.
Everything they will be helping you out. Matlab, there is a help throughout the entire journey. Because a lot of time there is another myth. कि भाई वहाँ पर जाएंगे हम अकेले हो जाएंगे. We don't have to do everything on our own. But the way you have been telling us, it's the other way around. There is an entire hand holding that will be done by all the professors out there. They are like a friends to you.
In the first semester, we have a course called Moot Clinic.
Acha, what is this?
In which they simply teach you how to moot.
Wow.
And that to make it very simple, very easy for people, they divide the whole batch into groups. It's not that 80 people sitting in one section will study together. It will be 10 people each. 8 moot mentors, 8 senior mentors, senior students will be selected who have done international moots, who have won international moots, and they will tell you how to do mooting.
So, Nishant, you're talking about the moot court. You are talking about a lot of things. Let's take academics out now and let's talk some interesting things now. Tell me one of the most wildest debate that you have ever been part of, or the wildest moot court that you have ever been part of.
So the wildest moot court was one of the introductory moots that we had recently in the last semester, in this semester only in the beginning. The proposition that we got was completely for the defendants, and we were made the plaintiffs. Now we had no points to argue on, so I just started writing anything, started speaking anything.
What was that case?
It was a case of contracts and torts mixed. It was about delivery of certain consignments which broke up. So we had this act of God and all those things, and it was very clear. It was even clear to the seniors who made the proposition that this is completely inclined towards the defendants. Still, they made it. So we had it, and we just went ahead. My team was we were struggling on what to do now. I simply took up a phone, started researching, took out a case law, took one paragraph, pasted it, said the same thing to the judges.
That's interesting. Wonderful.
Though it could not get us into the finals, but still I was happy that I was not dumb in front of the judges. I had something to speak.
Wonderful. So, should we start few rapid fire rounds as well, along with some interesting questions? Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. So, what is your favorite place where you chill on campus?
Turf. The turf we have at campus is very good. We have a lake behind it,
Or with
maybe with a few friends.
friends, right? So, friends includes
Friends includes a lot of people.
no? So wonderful. It's the turf, right?
Yes.
Any other place there? Your favorite place there in the campus? See, library.
No, it's not library. It's not at all library. After turf, I would say it's Adil's. Adil's is a eatery that we have on a campus. It provides very good food.
Right.
I just love it. So yeah.
So, wonderful. So, one professor that you admire and why?
Okay, so that's a very difficult question because there are a lot of professors that I admire. But if I have to choose one, can I choose two?
Choose two.
Yes, yeah. Thank you. So the two would be our political science professor, Professor Murali Karnam, and the second one would be Professor Dr. Manohar Reddy. These two people are like wonderful. They are so intellectual. They are so talking in depth that once you start talking to them, you won't even realize that 1 hour has passed.
How many professors are there in your college?
There are various professors. I think more than about 80 something.
80 professors. They are on full time. And how many part time professors?
Maybe again some other.
So when we say professor, they have the law background.
No, these two professors they don't have law background. One is for political science, and one is for he teaches his law and language, that is English.
Okay.
And these two are so good, and their command on their subjects is so good that you will want to talk to them. And once you start talking, it's not going to end. So I am just loving these two professors.
Law school, according to you, in 3 words.
Challenging, fun, and I would say transformative.
Transformative. Can you just elaborate transformative?
It actually changes the way you perceive things, the way you see world, the way you act, the way you behave. So this is or you are actually going to be transformed as a human once you enter a law school, and once you exit a law school, you'll be a different human altogether.
Wonderful. So you'll become superhuman, right? Once you'll be transferring. Okay. If you need to give a Nalsar, Hyderabad, a tagline, what that be like so that they can adopt after going through this podcast, they'll simply be adopting this tagline. What would be that?
I would give a tagline to Nalsar. The tagline that I would give would be
Rapid fire, you have to be fast.
I'm being fast. This is a very difficult question.
Tricky questions. Please go ahead.
Freedom at the core.
Freedom of the.
At the core. The very core of the Nalsar is freedom.
Very nice.
So this is, I think, would be one of the best taglines that I can give Nalsar.
Wonderful. What's the most law school thing you have ever done in your life?
The most law school thing that we have ever done is that I and my group, we have done various all-nighters for all the exams, and we have, just postponed that we'll study later, and one day before exams, we have done all-nighters, surviving on coffee and cold drinks.
That's a CC effect. That's the two opposite poles, right? Wonderful. Okay. Have you ever skipped a lecture?
Yes, a lot.
Which one?
some law ones, criminal law, family law, history. Few I have skipped.
Wonderful. So is the mess food as scary as this? Because there have been perception that mess का food अच्छा नहीं होता. True, false?
True to a certain thing, but yes, it's something that you can survive on. Otherwise,
Only survive on. And that's the reason why you
enjoy it.
Adil Resto was like, I can understand now. If you could replace one subject with Netflix, which show would that be on your syllabus?
Okay, I don't watch a lot of shows, but
Mirzapur you must have seen as a law student. It is also criminal justice, recently Pankaj Tripathi.
Suits also. Okay, I would replace it. Actually, I'll replace it with Mirzapur.
Mirza. That's CCP, no? The law students cannot do CCP. Any other? What comes to your mind?
I think criminal justice
Criminal justice.
or suits, any one of them.
Suits is like type favorite for all of us, right? Anyone wants to become a budding lawyer. As to suits, if they have not seen, so one will not be able to understand what law is all about. Great. Describe answer live using only emojis.
How do I use emojis?
Use, right? Facial emojis.
Okay, so one crying emoji,
Okay.
one parting emoji,
Okay.
and then one studying emoji. These three are enough to describe law school.
The entire law school. Wonderful. Okay. If you can prank a professor, hypothetically, of course, right? What would that be?
Okay, so what I would do is I would replace the PDF that the pen drive that they have, in which they have their slides. I would replace it with the one with memes.
With a video, no?
Not with the video, but with memes.
Memes, right? Memes. And what that memes will be on?
About case laws.
About case laws.
Yes.
What's so interesting about it?
It is very interesting. When a professor who teaches you very boring, and when he sees the memes, he gets irritated. It's very lovely thing to see.
Wonderful. Again, very tough question now. If you were the Chief Justice for a day, what law would you pass immediately?
Okay.
And why? Of course.
Not
the logic has to be
two laws.
two laws.
Yes. Mandatory 8 hours sleep for all the law students and no mandatory attendance for the law students.
I hope I'll be cutting that for sure in this podcast. And the second thing is?
No mandatory 75% attendance for law students.
Wonderful. So definitely this is not going in the podcast. I'll definitely be cutting it out.
It should reach out to the Chief Justice. Please make sure.
Was the weirdest CLAT out and myth that you ever had?
About CLAT, this one thing that I used to think that once you appear for CLAT, you become a judge.
And that's not true.
Yeah, I know. I got to know it 1 year after. After joining Career Launcher, I got to know that no, you have to become an advocate in order to become a judge.
So in order to become a judge, let's just for a brief. What are the steps? After 5 years, you'll become a judge automatically, or what is the step?
In fact, now there's a new judgment which talks about that one has to practice 3 years as an advocate in order to appear for judiciary examinations. So now it has become very difficult that one has to first complete his law, then do the 3-year practice, and then he can appear for judiciary examination.
Wonderful. Have you ever used a legal jargon in a totally non-legal situation?
I almost do it every other day.
Every other day? Incidents?
I'll be talking to my family, and if I say something and they do not listen to it, I'll say completely irrelevant things in Latin. I'll say ignorantia jurisdicta non excusat, which is not even relevant in that situation, but I just love saying it. So I would say ignorantia jurisdicta non excusat, and they will understand that I'm saying it because they're ignoring me, and they'll immediately start listening to me.
So you have done it with your friends, and what is the reaction that you would have got?
My friends would simply say that ज़्यादा वकील बन रहा है, and I would be like, yes, I am studying in a law school.
Right. Are your friends who are not from the law background, have they said this to you?
Yes, they have quite often. Yeah, they always say it.
And what is the perception that they have of a vakil? Because you know that kacheri, court kacheri mein hi jaake kaam karega. That's the kind of perception. Has it changed?
Yes, very much. In fact, earlier, even before me entering into law school, they all thought the same thing that, oh, that only kacheri thing, stamp lagayega, muhar lagayega, ye karega, court mein jaake case ladega. Then I went there and told him that no, it's not only limited to that. There are various career options that you may explore being in a law school. And that's when I also started exploring and still exploring options.
Wonderful. Which law would you make college life illegal if taken literally?
Okay, so there's one section which talks about public nuisance.
Okay.
If that is taken literally, college hostels would completely become a desert because there's always nuisance in the hostels. People doing various kinds of things. We recently broke a door of our hostel,
Okay.
just took it out, and it came out.
I hope you're not sharing it, this podcast with your college immediately. Otherwise, there would be a lot of fine that you have to pay for breaking the law.
This is what I meant when I said that freedom at the core. There's very much freedom. You can do anything you want to do.
Wonderful. Okay, moods or memes?
Memes.
Section A or section B?
Section B. I'm in section B.
Okay. Late night studying or last minute panic?
We always plan to always study late night, but last minute panic is the only thing that we have in life.
Wonderful. Law journals or campus gossip?
Campus gossips. They're interesting to listen to.
Okay. One word for your seniors. Think before you speak.
Godsends.
Wonderful. Okay. That's about the rapid fire with you. Okay, Nishant, I've shared a lot of things, right, with respect to what was there in NLSIU Bangalore, what is there in NLSIU Hyderabad. The last few questions where we'll be digging more into your vision, because you have just completed your first year. Now you'll be getting your second year. Lot of perceptions or myths is with respect to the internship, where to do internship, how you are actually doing your internship, whom you are connecting with, how to go about internship, whether they have to start early in class 11th and 12th, because a lot of students in class 11, they start running after internship, like they have to just complete all the internship on planet Earth. Is it important? And if yes, what are those internships that they have to do?
Class 11th internships, I think, are not that important, especially when you are going to pursue law. Because in class 11th, no advocate is going to hire you for doing something.
Yeah.
And doing internships that are irrelevant won't help actually. So what I think that one should be very patient. One should first enter a law school, see how one semester goes, talk to your seniors. We have a mentor system in our college, wherein someone from senior year will get 3 mentors, 1 academic mentor and 2 normal campus mentors who will, like, they are the people with whom you can do anything, you can talk about anything you want to. Even at late nights, 2, 3, you can just go to them and they'll help you out, definitely. So go there, talk to them. The first internship that I believe one should do is in a district court, because in college you learn about substantive, you learn the theory part.
The practical training experience will get some.
Yes.
Heading into the district court, practically seeing what's happening around you.
Yes.
You have also told me that internship you have done it with the High Court and the Supreme Court as well recently. So it's more like your take would be that they should actually do it once they are there in the college.
Yes.
And then they should be connecting with the seniors and they should be picking it very, very, not randomly, but checking it out, the entire credential of where they want to get in.
One should actually first talk to seniors. They will help you out. Alumni base is very, very strong in colleges like Nalsar, NLSIU, which are established back in 1986, 1998. Very strong alumni base.
Right.
You should talk to them. You should talk to your seniors, your immediate seniors, see where you did your internship in your first year. And you try to then go through it. Simply, step by step. You don't directly jump to Supreme Court. You first do it in District Court and High Court combined. I did in District Court and High Court combined in Delhi. Then this semester I went to Supreme Court.
Wow.
So one should go step by step rather than directly jumping into one thing.
What's your vision, way forward for the next 4 years?
Yes. So the next 4 years are actually, I'm thinking that I need to do some kind of academic comeback, as they say it.
Yeah.
I'll be focusing on various things. I'll especially on publications and moves. These 2 things that I'm looking forward to do.
Criminal law? Have you thought?
I have not thought. I'm still exploring. See, law is so vast.
So you can pick up any specialization, criminal, cyber, IT, at any point of time, or there is a specific time period?
There is a specific time period. Till 3rd year, you have to. Till 1st year and 2nd year, you also have BA subjects.
Right.
It's only from 3rd year that you get only law subjects.
Exactly. So in the 3rd year, you have, by the time you reach your 3rd year, you have to be very clear that, okay, these are the specializations that I want to get into, and accordingly you have to work.
Yes. And in 4th and 5th year, we get electives.
Yes.
This is what that those subjects are only for a limited number of people from the batch. And then that's where you decide that what you actually want to do, whether it's corporate law, company law, criminal law, or civil law. So what I'll be looking forward is to do a lot of publications, a lot of moots, and also maintaining some kind of academic benchmark for myself only. That yes, this is what I need to get at least become a judge. I am still exploring what I want to become. Sometimes I think I should become a professor. Sometimes I think I should
Keeps on like the way always like rotating into different sites and different things. Wonderful. Any message, the last message that you want to give to your juniors who wants to prepare for law and they might be confused for various reasons whatsoever. So any last minute message to them from your side?
So the message from my side would constitute of a few things. Be consistent, be disciplined, keep on practicing, don't get stressed, and take care of your health. These 5 things are very important. If these 5 things are taken care of, it's
So these are the 5 mantras as they should have. And science, anyone can pick up law?
yes.
No foundation whatsoever.
One of my friends had maths. He's
So how many science students are studying into your college?
a lot.
Lot. Science and humanities and commerce will definitely be there. Wonderful. So wonderful talking to you, Nishant, and I hope you'll be coming out. You're already coming out with flying colors. And from Bangalore to Hyderabad, that has been an absolutely amazing journey. Rather, I should say from Banaras to Bangalore, and from Bangalore finally to Hyderabad. And finally, you're having your smile on your face. Keep coming to Varanasi, keep interacting with our students, and keep influencing them in whatever manner you could. Dream high, achieve big. And thank you so much for listening to us. And we'll keep on bringing such interaction that might be helpful, especially for the city like Varanasi and the students like Varanasi.